Guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Shalom. If you're new, I do videos on pop culture, artists, new music releases, all that good stuff. And guys, if you're returning, how are you doing? Share everyone around and how we do it around here. In today's video, I had to talk about Miss Tyla and all the hate that she has been getting. Like, it is just wild. On Twitter, it is not a good day. It hasn't been a good week, okay, for Tyla. But obviously, if you haven't watched the VMAs, I didn't watch the VMAs because, ew, like, why the hell would I sit through that? Anyways, one of the most viral moments, which was Tyla dancing to Megan and then stopping randomly because the camera was going to take a picture of her. And then second was when she was accepting an award for best Afrobeat or something. I don't know. I just watched her clip. She was accepting the award and she kind of, I don't know what Halle is doing. Halle wants to give her the award card, but then Tyla kind of ignores her. And then Tyla says that the Moon Man award is too heavy. Can someone hold it? So Little Nas X is like, okay, cool. Like, I'm going to hold it, whatever. It's fine. But Halle ignores her. Halle's just like, nah, I'm not going to hold that. Like, no. Which I find was really just like, ugh. But everyone was in an uproar. This has caused so much controversy. Like, this is caused so much hate and controversy. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. And people are calling her, like, stuck up. People are calling her, like, all sorts of words. They're like, I just don't like Tyla. Something about her I don't like. And Armon Wiggins, who is a content creator, he kind of talks about, artists, especially female rappers, rap. He's kind of very on it, to be honest. Anything that he says is normally on point. Like, there hasn't really been anything that he says where I'm like, oh, like, I didn't agree with that. Until he said this about Tyla, where I was looking at him a bit sideways. I was like, I don't really agree with what he said. Which is kind of strange, because normally everything he says is like 10 out of 10 on point. But this one I didn't really agree with what he said. So in the statement, I don't know it word for word. I'm just kind of going from my memory. But what I do remember what he said on Twitter was that Tyla needs to be taught American culture. Like, she's just basically so stuck up. Like, there's something about her attitude. And he goes on to say along the lines of something like, oh, she doesn't know American culture, someone needs to teach her, and that she's an uppity African, right? So the scream I screamed when I saw that, and people were kind of joining in. The people were liking the tweet, sharing it. People were calling it all sorts of words. So I think I think it's just really, really funny how all of this started just because she asked someone to hold her award. I think that is quite really, really weird. And I kind of got into this thing last night. I was like, I'm pretty sure Ariana Grande has done the same thing, and if she has, I can't really say anything. So I go through, I'm looking to see if Ariana Grande has asked someone to hold her award. It's not Ariana. And then I go on TikTok, I try and search up, VMA hold my award, VMA awards, whatever. I scroll through, and do you know who I find? I find Olivia Rodrigo doing the exact same thing, and people were cheering her on. People were calling her cute, and people were calling her all funny in the comments. And then as I scroll even more, I find Cardi B doing the same thing when she accepts an award. She grabs the Moon Man, and then she says, oh, this is too heavy, and chucks it into Millie Bobby Brown's hands. So I'm like, okay, so what is the difference between Olivia Rodrigo and Cardi B and Tyla? There's one very obvious thing, is that she's African, right? I get it, the whole coloured thing, people were like, oh, like, she shouldn't be using that. Even I was like, okay, that's really, really weird, like, why are you using coloured? But when I look at it from my standpoint, I had to kind of stand back and I had to analyse it. Like, in British culture and British slang, there are so many words that if I was to go to America and use them, I'll probably get cancelled. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. That's why in my videos, I don't really use a lot of slang. I don't really use like many slang words. I just kind of keep it really basic, because I can't be bothered every 5 business seconds to be like, this means this is slang for this. I can't be bothered to keep doing that, so I just don't use slang. But there are so many words in our culture that if I was to go to America, I'll get cancelled, or people would look at me the wrong way. Same thing for American people. If they were to come to over here, some of your slang like would look at you weird, or be like, what are you guys talking about? And I just feel like this hate is just kind of too far. I think people are kind of picking for something. They are waiting for like her downfall. And I said this in one of my TikToks, follow my TikTok, that people are kind of waiting for her to get cancelled. Like, I'm hoping and praying that this girl does not have any resurface, like, racist or like any homophobic would be worse, because people don't give a crap about black people. We've seen it time and time again. If it's homophobic tweets, then she's gone. They're gonna like put a nail in her coffin if there's homophobic tweets or anything. Like, she's done. But I feel like people are trying so hard to cancel her, but she's never gonna get cancelled, because first of all, you guys made her famous. Second of all, you guys made her famous for saying make me sweat, make me water, and shaking her bum up and down. Second of all, she fits too much into the beauty standards to get cancelled. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you can do. She is too like close to the beauty standard. She's too close to what people like, that she's not going to get cancelled. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when people try to cancel Madison Beer. Like, you cannot cancel her because she's like, you just can't cancel people who are like, who fit into society beauty standards. It's just impossible. Like, you cannot, because at the end of the day, there's still going to be a group of people who, regardless, will still like them because they're just pretty and they think some of their songs are cute. Look at Ice Spice. No matter how hard you try to cancel her, she's still going to be there because she fits into society's beauty standards too much. Maybe if Tyla was dark-skinned or something and had, like, flipping 4C hair, then yeah, I'll be like, okay, Tyla, say goodbye, like, bye-bye to the music industry because you're not going to last. But she's not. So she's going to be here. She's going to stay here and do her thing. Another thing I find really weird is on Twitter, people are like, oh, I just don't like Tyla, that there's something about her which I don't like. I just can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. Like, that is not a good enough excuse to not like someone. It is kind of giving like high school bully vibes to be like, oh, I just don't like that girl. It's something about her. Like, even though you've never met them, but you're just like, I just don't like them because there's just something about her. I can't put my finger on it. Like, that's not a good enough excuse. At least have a valid reason, a valid, like, something to be like, yeah, this is why I don't like her. Like, for example, if someone asks me, why don't I like Megan Thee Stallion anymore, why don't I like Cardi B, I'll give you literally a list, a notebook of reasons as to why I don't like each person, right? But saying that you don't like someone because you can't put your finger on it, or there's just a vibe you can't get over, that is not sufficient. That is not suffice. I'm gonna need people to stop saying that, because unless she says or done something, even if she has said or done something, I don't think she has, then that's not really enough for me. I feel like this Tyla hate is coming a bit forced. But do you know why I feel that the Tyla hate is coming on a lot? People feel like her rise is unorganic, and that for her to be winning the awards that she's winning so early in her career just doesn't make a lot of sense versus her peers and her counterparts, which I kind of get, I kind of understand. And I feel like Tyla knows that. A lot of the awards that she's winning, she knows that she doesn't even, she shouldn't even be winning those awards. Like, she knew when she got up on that Grammy stage that she shouldn't even been on that, you know, on that stage. And I feel like the only reason she won that award is because they made it Best African award. But if it was Best Afrobeats or whatever, she wouldn't even be on that stage. And I think, I don't know, it might be a reach, but I definitely do think that, you know, Tyla's team and stuff like that, they're trying to kind of push her down our throats a little bit too much. And I don't think people are kind of really warming up to that. I think, you know, I don't know, it could be a reach, but I definitely do think that her team are buying awards, because I just don't buy it how she is beating Afrobeat artists like Davido and Wizkid and Rema, who are, you know, who are very seasoned, who in my opinion make better music than Tyla, and she's beating them. It just does not make sense. And it's not really a far-fetched thing. A lot of artists do it. A lot of artists, their management, their labels, they'll just buy awards to make the artists look good and to make them look like they're going up in the ranks. Or maybe I'm wrong, but that's just how I feel. And I kind of agree that her rise is kind of not really that organic. Like, it's only been in the space of about 2 or so years. She's won a Grammy, she's winning all these awards, and she's got a top 10 hit. Like, it's kind of just a bit too quick. Like, you're not giving enough people time to digest Tyla and to time to get to kind of know who she is as an artist, if that makes any sense. But that's why she won that Grammy for, was it Best African Music, something like that? Because she wouldn't have won if it was Best Afrobeat. She just would not have won. And I mean that with the most respect whatsoever, like the most respect, she would not have won, point blank period. But I'm really glad in her acceptance speech that she called out the VMAs and she called out just award ceremonies in general, because she said, basically, in short, if you haven't watched it, she basically said, I don't do Afrobeats, I am Amapiano. And a lot of people do not know the difference. They just group all African artists. It's giving very ignorant, just grouping all African artists together. It's kind of like just placing flipping rock artists, pop artists, R&B artists and all in one because they're all American. Like, that's kind of what it gives. And I have to give her credit and you know, and her tense for that, because it's very true. Amapiano and Afrobeats are very different. I've been saying this for the longest. I've never ever believed that Tyla does Afrobeats music. To me, Tyla does more of Amapiano, pop and R&B, in my opinion, mixed together. She does not do Afrobeats. So I'm glad she kind of cleared that up. And I just want to end the video there, and tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you think that you know, she was right for doing what she's doing? Do you think that Armon was right for saying what he's saying? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments.